All right, with that being said, it is now time for our next run here at SGDQ 2022. It is Devil May Cry by Waifu.
What is up, everybody? I'm Waifu. Maybe you know me from YouTube as WaifuRuns, and I'm gonna get right into it. We're doing Devil May Cry, Dante Must Die, the hardest difficulty, and all collectibles, which means we're gonna be collecting all the collectibles. If you guys would like to introduce yourselves, that'd be awesome.
I'm decosmic.
And time starts now.
maxylobes, and time starts right now.
Yeah, time starts right now. So welcome to Devil May Cry. This is Dante Must Die. This is the hardest difficulty in the game. So enemies have a lot more health. They're going to do a lot more damage. And right now, Waifu's going to be picking up the first collectible of this all collectibles run. In previous outings for this game, done by none other than maxylobes himself, we did any percent. But in this category, we're going to be picking up all the unique items in the game, which will be blue orb fragments, the bangle of time, and all the weapons. And we're going to also be completing all of the secret missions in the game. So there's a bunch of content that we get to go through, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, if you've ever watched a Doom Eternal 100% Ultra Nightmare run, this is that, except for I'm playing on a controller, and this is Devil May Cry.
So there is another blue orb fragment right up here, and then we're going to also get to an all too familiar statue right here, which is the Horseland statue, and that's going to hold a cache of red orbs, which are the currency in this game. We're going to use it to purchase a lot of stuff, mostly abilities this time around. But first, we're going to use it to unlock this door here.
Yeah, so the most important thing to take note of in the early game is not dying. But second to that, the orb route, the orb economy, the money routing for the game is super dependent on the ranking system. And the ranking system takes into consideration whether you take damage, how long it takes you to beat the mission, and how many orbs you have collected during the mission. And so we're going to be trying to get as many S ranks as we possibly can and try to squeeze in some special bonuses as well.
Yep, so there's a rusty key. Yeah, rusty keys.
Did you know?
Did you know this game? Oh my gosh.
We all went for it at the same time. Did you know that Devil May Cry was originally supposed to be Resident Evil 4?
Indeed.
No way.
Indeed.
Wow. Fun fact.
Fun facts.
And then Shinji Mikami was like, yo, halt, halt, Kamiya.
Stop.
This is ambitious.
Yeah.
Project Style is a go. All right, so this is going to be the last blue orb fragment that we're going to be picking up in this level. It's going to be on top of this little biplane here. There's absolutely no reason in particular that this plane's here. It definitely doesn't come into play later in the game.
Completely inconsequential
Yeah,
plane.
absolutely. And then we're going to be going down to the basement to play some marionette gacha here. We're going to be playing Genshin Impact with some of the enemy RNG.
Yeah, so this basement, super infamous because of lots of random enemy health. If you guys could explain that while I do this combat here.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of different colors for these enemies. There's like light blue, blue, purple, red, etc. And they all have varying amounts of health. The reds are the strongest of them. And the enemies also have random weapons that they can carry. They can carry blades, daggers, or shotguns. Or I think they can carry nothing at all as well. But there's one red there. I think every red that you get is like, if you let a devil trigger, which enemies on this can get like a small buff to themselves if you take too long to defeat them. And there's some other qualifications too in there in play. But I think it's like every red is like 30 seconds that you spend shooting that guy. Yeah, there we go. So
yeah, so these are devil triggered enemies. Basically, they hit harder, they have more attacks, and they have like way more HP.
yeah, right here.
So we're gonna be just blasting away. Oh, and so is
that
he.
guy. Yeah, so he is.
We're gonna be blasting away here, trying to kill these marionettes, and it's gonna take forever because their damage resistance is super high. And Dante Must Die is a difficulty that is normally supposed to be done on like your 3rd or 4th New Game Plus playthrough, but we're doing it New Game because we're just trying to show Kamiya that his game isn't really that hard. But because of that, you know, this is not balanced for a new game.
At all.
It only really is a problem in the first couple missions, so those are the scary parts, especially these early ones like Mission 1 with these marionettes. If they DT, it's like 30 seconds time watch each individual marionette that DTs, so we're going to try to avoid that at all costs.
And you also see Waifu shooting. That was really unfortunate. That guy had the eagle eye from downtown. So you see the high rates of firing speed that Waifu is achieving here. And so in this category specifically, the community decided that there's a lot of gun mashing that can go on in these first couple of missions. So in order to save people's hands and make the category a little more accessible overall, we cleared having turbo. So Waifu's just kind of holding down one key on his controller, so he can just reach max firing speed.
Yeah, I'm only 23, so I would like to be able to play video games when I'm 25. If I keep playing this game. So we allow the use of a macro for that, and that's super huge for Dante Must Die being more accessible. For a really long time, normal, any percent was the category that basically everyone ran, and until like this year and last year, that's kind of been the status quo, but now a lot more people are venturing out into DMD and to the all collectibles categories, and sometimes both at once.
Yeah, man, just because Dante Must Die doesn't mean your joints need to. So.
Exactly.
All right, so we're going to be picking up the main weapon, or the main longsword of this run now, which is called Elastor, and it is a lightning-based weapon.
Yep, and that's going to give us the ability to use something called Devil Trigger. If you see the little runes underneath my health bar in the top left here, those are my DT or Devil Trigger, and basically it's super armor. It regenerates your HP in every mode that isn't this mode. And it makes all your attacks super powerful and gives you access to special attacks that you only have access to during that.
You notice that Waifu picked up the shotgun. That is one of the collectibles. Weapons are collectibles.
Yeah. So this is one of the first rooms in the game that actually has RNG enemy spawns, and we actually really need a shadow, which is what we got here, and we need to get a crit on him, hopefully. So we want him to shoot his skewer like he just did, except for when he's actually on camera and we could see him. And then jump on his back and shoot him, and that will instantly kill him and give us a lot of bonus orbs. And we need that so that we can get the special bonus in this mission. And it's either a shadow or marionettes in this room, and I got really unlucky and I got marionettes like 3 times in a row. So we had to grind the door open for a shadow. But it might have all not been for naught, because what's in this room is also random. Thank God.
This is the best RNG for this room. So you can get either these sin scythes here, or you can get some lizard blades. Oh, here we go. Just busting out the blicky on these guys.
Yeah, hit them with the gat real fast.
Heck yeah.
The 2-for-1 combo on sale. That's really nice because, you either get blades, which are these lizard guys, or you get those guys. And those guys, 15 seconds faster and basically free no damage. And so that no damage is really important because we're trying to get that special bonus in this mission. And the reason the special bonus is important is because it gives you 2,000 extra orbs. And the orb bonus for a regular S rank is 800. So that is a huge uptick. And we're going to need at least 2 of those special bonuses before mission 11. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to buy all the abilities we need to get some proper boss loops later on in the game.
Yep, so this room right here, this is a classic. This room never changes, depending on what difficulty you're on.
I love this room.
I know you do. It's great, especially in 2017 you loved it.
Oh, well.
Excuse me, sir, could you please be on the camera?
Oh my goodness.
That was a Kamiya moment.
Fixed camera.
Yeah. Did you know?
Did you know?
Resident Evil moment. That's okay, though. We have plenty of backups. This run used to be kind of untouchable for a while. There wasn't really any backup strats or any safety things, so doing it in a marathon would be unthinkable. Who would do that? But thankfully we made some backup strats and stuff now, so it is way more approachable. So here we're going to be using those orbs that we got for the S ranks in the first 2 missions to buy an extra purple orb, which gives us more Devil Trigger, and Stinger level 2. And if you have seen any of Maxie's runs, you'll know all about Stinger and the sound it makes.
You know what to do.
Da. Da.
Da.
Da.
Thank you.
Hey,
that was beautiful.
Give yourselves a round of applause.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, so
tradition.
From that to the coolest new strat in the game, check this out.
Oh. Love to see it.
That's so satisfying.
This is a game about style. So we're coming up on our first boss fight, and maybe one of you guys could explain what's going on with it. It's pretty difficult. It's got a lot of HP on this difficulty, so I have to concentrate for this one.
All right, so this is Phantom. This is where a lot of people's first casual playthrough went to die. This is I guess he's like a scorpion's lava spider type thing. And we want to jump up on his, but he's mean right now. This is like kind of bad RNG, but it's cool. So we're gonna jump up on his back and we're gonna try and loop him with some stuns. Here we go. So basically when you jump on Phantom's back like this, or you jump off of it, you can get a critical hit using Dante's Sword Slam, also known as Helmbreaker, and you can just loop his stun infinitely pretty much until he's dead. He's mean today.
It's fine. I believe.
I believe too. You can also deflect his fireball back at him using a Stinger there too, which is great. And boss down. Let's go.
Very good, actually.
No damage.
Considering how uncooperative Phantom was being, Waifu handled that very well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was really scary. Not gonna lie.
Like, yeah, actually, that is very scary.
Panic ensues.
Yeah.
All right, so now, normally, if this was an any % run, we would just leave. But we got some stuff to collect. We got some blue orb fragments, and then our first secret mission. Secret missions are these cool little side objectives that you can do if you backtrack into previous rooms and stuff. Each one has their own unique gimmick, a new thing that you gotta do. Some of them really cool. Some of them, I wish weren't in the game. This one's pretty cool. It's gonna show off the critical hit mechanic that's in this game. Basically, a lot of the enemies are like puzzles. They have a solid solution, or well, they have many solutions, but there is a built-in like critical hit or epic way to kill them. And for the Sin Scissor here, parrying their scissors and then shooting them in the face point blank is a pretty good way to kill them, and you need to do that to complete the secret mission.
Yep, so that's that first secret mission down.
That's 1 of 12.
There we go.
Thank you, thank you.
Very nice. Also worth noting, this mission in particular, this mission in particular is really hard to get a special bonus on in this category because the time requirement is like 3 minutes.
Yeah, I got a 3:17 there.
Yeah, so that should give you and he had a pretty decent Phantom fight there too, all things considered, so that should tell you how tough it is.
Yep. So here we have mission 4, and mission 4 has the most secret missions of any mission in the game. It's got 3 of them. The first one here, it's called Phantom Babies. Shout out to the old message boards back in the day, named Phantom Babies. But we just got to kill a bunch of the last boss we fought's offspring. It's a good time.
There's like 100 of them.
Yeah, we got to kill 100 within a certain time limit, and it's pretty easy. Not a big deal. There's going to be another secret mission in this level just like this. But in the meantime, we're just going to go and head down this hallway and try to get to the next area. The game's mission-based structure, fairly linear. This is probably one of the least linear levels in the game, though. You do a lot of backtracking.
Definitely. I should also mention that every time you collect 4 blue orb fragments, you get a full blue orb, which will increase your health. And that actually makes all collectibles a really nice category to run, especially on Dante Must Die, because you get a little bit of extra cushion. Because like I said, these enemies do a lot of damage. So in any %, that category is really tough on you late game when everything's just kind of coming out the woodwork, throwing everything at you but the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
So now
all collectibles is actually easier than any %.
Yeah.
Because you just don't die as much, hopefully.
This is the Death Scythe, I believe, or Death Scissors. Yeah.
Death Scissors.
Yeah, Death Scythe later in the game. This guy's also a pain. He's really, really aggressive. But, you know, there he goes.
Honestly, the Death Scissors are more dangerous than the Death Scythe.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because he does the drill attack.
So the enemy spawn arrangements are different on DMD as compared to normal, easy, and hard in this game. You're gonna see a lot of that enemy that was in that hallway there, a shadow, and I'll hear a lot of the song called Psycho Siren, or at least like the first 4 seconds of it, over and over and over again. And those enemies, the shadows, they're some of the hardest enemies in the game, but they're also some of the most well-designed. And they're really fun to fight, except for when you fight multiple in the same room. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing in the next secret mission here.
This last secret mission right here, too, the caveat for this Phantom Babies mission was that you have to kill 100 Phantom Babies before or without using your weapons. So running all over them with, your feet I guess if Dante were running over them with his hands, that would be kind of acrobatic, but we don't have access to that ability until like DMC3. But yeah, so that you have to kill 100 of them for that. And now we go into here. So there's 3 of them scattered across these doorways.
This is the hardest part of the whole run.
Yeah, absolutely.
By far. Oh my goodness. Geez. Please don't kill me, I beg you.
This is a real catastrophe, dude.
Boo. You can feel free to boo Cosmic during my run at any point, by the way. Get that health. Oh my. So the enemies here can also DT, of course, as soon as I say that, he DTs. This is the only secret mission in the game where if you don't do it first try, you actually can't try again. It just doesn't give you the option to. So, you know, I should do it first try. That would be nice.
Every time.
Dante's trolling. He just actually missed. That was cool.
That was incredible.
They are okay. Please, sir, I beg you. Be nice. Did he die? Okay.
He should be good. Yeah, he looks good. You can tell when the shadows are about to die, by the way, by them turning red.
So you actually can't kill shadows by critting them like you normally would when they're DT'd. And that sucks, but at least it's not the PS2 version.
Yeah, the PS2 version you don't have access to the critical hit whatsoever. Like
yeah, you can't do it at all, even when they're not DT'd. Can you die? Oh, they also have random HP, by the way.
Yeah, shadows have random health, and also the amount of damage that you have to do for the critical, the weak point to show up is also random.
Yep.
They're bad kitties.
Exploding.
Dude, will you blow up? Oh my.
But there we go.
God.
Triple cat. First try every time, dude. Like I said.
So that may have been the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. That was very slow, but we lived. Objective survive. Mission accomplished. I don't know how.
Yeah, the Meowmix on deck.
On this episode of I Shouldn't Be Alive. All right, so we're gonna head to the next boss fight. We can get like 1 or 2 donations while I try to remember how to breathe.
All right, well, they're here for you. We have $10 from Dan Spence94, who says, let's go, Waifu. Massive shouts to the entire DMC community, especially Waifu, decosmic, and Maxi showing out for DMD All Collectibles. Massive love from across the pond from your UK buddy. Let's raise some good money with some great games.
Much love, Dan.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Dan.
And we have $100 from Reliever, who says, the time has come, and so have the crowd. We're all here for some DMC. Good luck, Waifu.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, so we're going to be fighting Nello Angelo, and he's got a nice little loop to him. That's going to be a gimmick here. That's going to be a reoccurring gimmick for a lot of the bosses in this difficulty. Normally in any % normal or some other category where you're on a lower difficulty, you're going to be using items to kill a lot of the bosses, especially holy waters. But in DMD, holy waters are like 8 times more expensive and do about 1/8 of the damage. So we're going to actually be playing the game. No offense, Max, but you know, we gotta,
that was true.
Yeah, we gotta actually fight the bosses and stuff, which is cool until you get hit and then they take out your whole health bar in 1 hit. So
that's true.
That's true. Yeah.
This is another application of the slash canceling, by the way, that we talked about earlier, where you can just loop the first 2 hits of the sword combo over and over again by rotating the stick.
And like the trick to this is that when you see Nello Angelo doing like that Hadoken move, you have to jump away for him to do that. That's a manipulation that Waifu's doing. He's jumping away specifically for him to do that attack so he can jump back into him and start slashing him. That was really good.
Down. Yeah, very nice.
That was very good. And it's funny because that's actually such an old strat. Like
right,
back
though?
when I started running any % on PS3, like in 2016.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of the strats in this game actually just turn out to be what we did in any % like a long time ago before it was fast. So here I'm going to be cheating This is a glitch where this is called the save and quit glitch. Every time you do a secret mission, it gives you a bonus to your end mission rank, and that's to offset the amount of time you spent doing it, and to give you a little incentive to do them on the ranking system itself. But there's a glitch in this game on the PC version. It's called Dante's Shooting. No, he just missed, by the way. There's a glitch in this PC version where if you finish a mission where you completed some secret missions, and then you save and quit to the main menu and load that save, when you load back in, the points that you're supposed to get from the previous mission will also apply to the next mission. So we did 500 score of 1,500 possible on the last mission in secret missions, and now we applied all 500 of those points to this mission, which means that getting this special bonus will be really, really easy. I could basically like die in this level and still special bonus because of all of the extra leeway I've given myself with that glitch. And that glitch is what has given us the ability to do marathon safe runs of this category. Because you need at least 2 special bonuses before mission 11, and you can guarantee at least 2 with the save and quit glitch. At least if I can make this jump in the time limit.
Yeah. This jump is just like so finicky. It's either you get it first try or you like take 10 tries.
It'll be fun.
And right there,
right.
Waifu picked up an item.
First try, like I said, dude.
Yep.
Called an
Every
Untouchable.
time. Go ahead.
Untouchables are, you activate them, you're invincible for 30 seconds. That's really all there is to it.
Yep, and you have unlimited devil trigger.
You have unlimited devil trigger, so you just kind of, it really is the untouchable item.
Yeah.
But there's only a few that you actually get to pick up. The rest of them you have to buy from the shop if you need them.
Yep, so we got that special bonus, the extra 2,000 orbs. So we're gonna save, and then we're gonna start the next mission, and we're gonna cheat. Now, in my defense, you've probably done this on accident while playing the game, casually, because it's actually really easy to do on accident. All you have to do is, after you beat a mission where you did a secret mission, save the game, basically, and it'll do it. So this is also a mission that we're gonna do the save and quit glitch to guarantee that special bonus. But this one's a little bit less guaranteed. We just need to not take a ton of damage, and we should be able to get it. And this is a great time for some donations because this level's pretty straightforward.
It is always a good time. We have a $5 donation here from Loner Hero who says, please send those PNG cats into the Shadow Realm, waifu. Thanks. Anyways, it's awesome to see you all back in person again. Maxi, great job on the Return of the King run. And Cosmic, when is Disney's Devil May Cry?
Oh, gosh.
Right after
Loner.
Disney's Dirge of Cerberus.
We have $25 from Spock Jr. who says, I love a good DMC run. Good luck and glad to see GDQ is back in person.
I know, right?
Amen.
We have $20 from Avid who says, sad I missed Silent Hill 4, but I'm hyped to see Waifu crush this DMC run. Happy SGDQ, y'all.
You got time for one more, I think.
All right, we have $10 from Zathino who says, first time donating and trying to stay awake for DMC, but Enigma's voice is so soothing. Good luck on the run and thanks for all you do. Go GDQ.
Awesome. Yeah, so we're fighting another Death Scissor. Kind of a common mini-boss enemy. We're on mission 6. There's 23 missions in this game. Spoilers, I'm sorry. But so we're getting our leeway in. We're out of the early game hump. And with this special bonus, we've secured the orb route for quite a while. We don't really have to worry about too much. Now it's just go fast, collect all the things, don't die. Normal speedrun stuff. But this level is really, really difficult for that because it does have a secret mission in it, but we're not gonna be able to do it on this pass. We're gonna have to come back later and do it, simply because it is like way too hard to do it on this level. I'll just get some devil trigger from this guy. And then we're gonna, because of this damage over time that we have, if you see my health bar on the top left, we slowly taking damage, and that will actually kill us if it goes all the way to 0. We don't have to take any damage from anyone else, and we could still die from the DOT, the damage over time. And that is scary because, as you can see, the enemies hit really hard. So if we get hit while we're in DOT, it's really, really scary. We don't want to die here.
And these are enemies, by the way, they're called frosts that normally show up around like mission 17 on normal difficulty. So they're in mission 7 now.
Yeah.
So you're meeting them a lot earlier than you're supposed to.
Yeah,
and they're doing more damage on top of it.
Yeah, they do more damage. And as I said before, a lot of the enemies are built kind of like a puzzle. They have like a solution to them. And that enemy's solution is a weapon you don't get for like another 2 missions. So you're just kind of SOL. You gotta just deal with them with Alistair, even though it does like no damage. So this game has an in-game timer that we used to use, but there's a couple of things that the in-game timer, excuse me, sir. There's a couple of things that, oh, he died. I can't taunt him if he's dead. Come here.
I mean, you can, but it just won't give you DT.
Yeah, no DT. That's why we taunt, by the way. It gives you Devil Trigger. Super important to know because the Devil Trigger management is very important. But yeah, anyways, the IGT. This game's internal timer doesn't actually count when you're doing shopping, when you're menuing, and it also doesn't count intermissions, which is what we're in right now. We're not in a mission. We're in between missions 7 and 8. And so this whole section is not timed on the in-game timer. So it also doesn't have any rank attached to it. This is a great reason for us to go back and do the best secret mission in the game, which I'm gonna need to focus on, so maybe you guys can explain that.
So there are these big spooters, and the secret mission requires you to have them beat each other up. And it's near impossible for them to actually cooperate. So as you can see, Waifu is just jumping all over the place in hopes that they spit rocks at each other.
And we did mention that Devil Trigger does not regenerate your health on this difficulty, so you don't even have that to rely on. We've got 1 Vital Star and a Dream.
Yeah. So
they also have RNG health, by the way.
Yeah, that too.
That too, yeah. This secret bit, this is a Kamiya moment.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah, he put the sunglasses on for this one. He's throwing shades, for sure. Yeah, so we're basically just praying that they attack each other and that we don't die and that this doesn't take 12 years. Oh, I got hit once. Half my HP's gone.
Yeah, we're hoping it takes maybe like 2 years.
2 years, yeah. What's the estimate? Like 10 years? A decade?
I kind of booked my hotel till 2023, so
We'll be all right.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
Please shoot each other.
This is a rock solid fight, dude. I gotta say.
This is yeah. Thank you. This is probably the best part of the entire game.
I think so.
You know, despite joking about how long this can take, this isn't going like terribly.
No, it's pretty good.
Can you see their
Like they
HP?
are spitting rocks. They do this thing where they're like, "Arr, arr, arr." Yeah, you don't want that. You want them to spit rocks, and they be
Yeah, you
spitting.
jinxed it, dude. What the heck?
Nah, well,
There's the rocks right
there we
there.
go.
Yeah.
They be spitting.
They be spitting, indeed. This is a great time for some donations.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we got a good one here. We have $500 from Dr. Bob Tastic, who gives us a little bit of a challenge. It says, board donation processor here again, a challenge for Chad. If we can reach $900,000 by the end of Devil May Cry, I will donate another $500. I believe in you, and we are a little less than 13,000 away from 900K. So let's see if we can meet that challenge.
Oh, you could do that, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
So as
we
you
beat
saw, the secret mission's over. Got the blue orb, perfect timing, went pretty well, and now we got Phantom 2. So the same strategy is going to happen here. You're going to get the Helm Breaker, but this time Waifu has Air Hike, which allows him to double jump, so he doesn't have to rely on the walls or the back of Phantom. But as you can see, there's so much health to go through. And the reliable strat is to have Phantom kind of running against a wall, so that you can not have to like move too much. Wow, that was great. Actually.
That was really clean. Good job, dude.
Yeah, Phantom really cooperated there. He felt very bad about that first fight.
Yeah, if you hit him in the butt enough times, he just like stuns and walks forward consistently, and you get him to keep walking into the wall and just keep wailing on him. That was actually like perfect. That was really, really good. So here we're gonna be picking up another collectible. Surprise, surprise. This is the grenade gun. It is
Definitely the best weapon in the game.
It is quite
the best
good.
gun in the game. Yeah.
It's a little good, yeah.
little bit.
If you thought the guns in DMC2 were good,
wait until you see this.
yeah, wait until you see this. This is
Yeah, it's hilarious how DMC2 has such good guns, but really, DMC1 had really good guns
Really
first.
good guns,
Like, they are underestimated sometimes.
yeah. The guns in this game actually probably stronger than the guns in that game, and that's saying something. So we're gonna try to get another special bonus here. No damage, and we needed to kill that one extra enemy to get some orbs. And if we do get the special bonus, which we should here, this should be a really good orb route, actually. Should be pretty
Beautiful.
solid.
Heck yeah, dude.
Let's
Nice.
go.
Nice, nice. So we're heading into mission 9, just almost halfway. Doing some dawes, get over to this area. So we leave the castle. I'm not really sure why. We just kind of leave, and we're gonna come back later when it's nighttime. Everyone likes a spooky castle. And our objective for this mission is going to be to get a new weapon, Ifrit, the gloves, and then continue on after fighting a boss. And so, new change from normal to DMD is we got to kill these assaults. Normally, you can just run right past them, but DMD, you got to kill them. There's a couple of rooms like that in this game. There's a lot of attention to detail to the little nuance changes to make the replays more fun and challenging, especially on the higher difficulties in this one. And that just is a little showcase of it right there. And this is actually a really good time for donations for about a couple minutes here.
Okay, well, we've got plenty. We have a $50 donation from Platinum Paragon who says, "Hey, waifu and friends. So happy to see such an interesting run from a game that means so much to me. Doc and I are cheering you on. Good luck and keep it stylish."
Much love, Platinum.
Thank you, Plat.
We have a $25 donation from Rags who says, "The marionettes from Devil May Cry were the first enemies in any game that legit scared me. They still freak me out. Please smash them all for me."
I got you.
We have $50 from Theater Nerd who said, "First time actually catching a live GDQ. Seeing the beginning of one of my favorite franchises get destroyed fills my dark soul with happiness." How many of you expected light?
All right, so right here, there's this really epic boss called Griffin that you're supposed to fight, except for you don't have to. You can just grab the Ifrit gauntlets, and they are the key to leave the room. So you can just open the door and just leave.
Yep.
So the bosses in this game, you usually fight them 3 times, except for that boss, you don't have to. You can fight it 2 times. You can just leave. It's just goodbye. I don't want to fight you. And it's very slow to fight that boss, so we're just gonna keep going.
You also saw Waifu do a trick a little bit ago that's called early gauntlets, where normally you'd have to activate like a whole platforming puzzle and get up to the gauntlets, but you can just kind of air hike up and then use air raid in order to fly over to the platform. You don't have to do any puzzles or anything.
Yeah, a little platforming skip. Everyone knows Devil May Cry is their favorite platformer.
It's mine.
Yeah, but now he's just using his trusty grenade gun.
Oh yeah, so the grenade gun, kind of strong. It instant kills a lot of the marionettes. And it also, the big thing that makes it really strong is it builds a ton of Devil Trigger. When you shoot an enemy with the grenade gun, it gives you like a whole stock, a whole bar of DT, which is ginormous. We're gonna see that be used in a couple missions here to do a nice little loop on our good friend Nello. Give him his favorite snack, the Fruit Loops, as we did before. But first we're gonna go into Mission 10, and Mission 10 has a cool little gimmick where it has this like Ocarina of Time follow the light thing going on, where the light will go into enemies and you have to kill the enemies to get the light to go to a new path. And if you don't do that and you just go and YOLO the path, what happens is it will send you back to the beginning and you gotta do the whole mission again. Thankfully, I got hit. Thankfully, we can just cyberbully this fetish over here and just take his virtual lunch money and push him into the doorway and force the light to go the right way.
That's what those enemies are called, by the way.
Yeah, they're called fetishes.
Yep.
And then these are the blades, which are just really,
They're dinosaurs.
they're
lizards.
I'd like to think that Lizard Man from Soul Calibur just had like a very extended family and just,
I like that headcanon.
Yeah, that's my headcanon now. Thank you. So there's 3 rooms of it. The last one has 2 shadows, of course, because it's DMD, so there's like 6 shadows in every mission, of course. So we're gonna switch over to the handguns and hope we get that crit skewer. This is a great example of it. Jump on top of the skewer, shoot him, turns red. That means he's gonna blow up soon. And act like he don't know nobody. So he died, and the light's going to go to the other one because it's trolling me. And I didn't get quite close enough with him to the door. If you get the light really close to the door, when the enemy dies, it'll just go on to the next area and you can move on. Otherwise, it'll transfer to another enemy, and then you got to fight a bunch of enemies. Not too bad. I got 2 crits. The crits give you extra orbs as well, so that's a nice little backup. If they catch you, they will like slash you around and then blow you up, which does a ton of damage. If you don't have Devil Trigger, it can actually insta-kill you. So here we're going to be fighting some Cyclops, which are like that boss we fought earlier, except rocks. And they're like one of the only enemies in the whole game that actually has more health on Dante Must Die. The difficulty is balanced really cool in this game, where it mostly just makes the game harder by having different enemy arrangements early and stuff like that, and not so much just padding the enemy HP. This is one of the only enemies that does actually have more HP on the higher difficulties.
Yeah, this game balances difficulties like insanely well. Even the easy mode in this game is actually balanced around like making it a different experience rather than just making it easier.
Yep.
Waifu used an ability, by the way. It looked like he was shooting lightning out of his hands. That's Air Raid. If you read the Prima strategy guide for this game, you're probably well aware that you should use Air Raid in every single room in the game, but don't do that. Don't do that.
All right,
but now he's going to buy Kick 13, as well as Inferno?
Yep, Inferno, and bought level 2 Meteor. But
level 2 Meteor.
Level 2 Meteor will not come into play until later.
Kick 13.
And that was the fastest secret mission in the game.
He bought all 3. He's good to go, man. He's
loaded on those orbs,
Yeah, I have a lot of orbs, so we're doing pretty good. I actually bought Meteor ahead of time just to be safe. So this mission, we're going to want to try to get the special bonus on it. To get the special bonus, we're going to need to no damage and do that secret mission that took like actually 2 seconds, and if you blinked, you missed it, and collect a little bit of orbs. And we're going to do something that might be a little weird. You get an item penalty when you use a item on a mission, so the rank will go down because you used the item. But you can actually calculate exactly how much it'll go down and use other things in the mission to counteract that. So in some missions, we're going to be using holy waters like I did here, so I can kill all the enemies and unlock this blue orb fragment really quickly and safely without losing the no damage. And that's counteracted by the fact that I did the secret mission. So those two kind of cross each other out and make it so that it's just like a normal mission with the requirements.
And then this should be the last blue orb fragment in the area. And then we are going to go ahead and mosey on over to the second fight against Nello Angelo. And now we're going to see a much more advanced form of fighting this boss. It's going to be a total manipulation of his AI. Basically what Waifu is going to be doing is busting out the Ifrit gauntlets with the grenade launcher. You're going to see him use... Are you going to have to taunt? I don't remember how much DT you had. Okay, cool. So he's going to use Inferno first into Kick 13. He's going to do a grenade launch into a charge punch, another grenade shot into a charge punch, jump away, bait the projectile, grenade launcher into Inferno, Kick 13, and he's going to be looping this over and over again.
Yeah.
So Nello is just totally helpless.
Yeah, and that jump away to bait out the Hadouken, that is key to this difficulty in pretty much all categories. For Dante Must Die difficulty, this is how you fight Nello.
Yeah, he's the little brother. We're feeding him Fruit Loops like a good older brother. Just hitting him with the loop. And hey kid, you want to learn how to infinite? Like, we're just giving it to him.
And again, this really works because of how much Devil Trigger is afforded to us by the grenade shots. This gun is just so crucial to how DT management works, pretty much in every category of this game.
Yeah, we didn't mention it, but in order to use Kick 13 and Inferno, you have to have Devil Trigger active. So we wouldn't be able to do that if we didn't get a bunch of DT.
Yeah, very clean fight. Excellent job.
Yeah, I just washed him.
Yeah, dude.
That was really good. Hopefully the next boss fight is good. This game has a lot of boss fights. There's one in almost every mission. There's gonna be another one on this mission. We got the special bonus, I think. We did no damage that. Yeah, we did.
Nice.
That's gonna let me buy a little bit more Devil Trigger early to make this boss fight a little bit faster. And ignore that prompt. That underwater section, they would never.
Best part, dude.
The best part.
It's gonna go swimmingly.
Oh, I'm sure.
Thank you. That never gets old.
Love you too, bro.
So here I'm going to be picking up another untouchable. We're going to be picking up 3 of these throughout the run, hopefully. 4 if we really need to. And those are going to be super useful for the final boss. But before then, we're going to show how easy these frosts are when you have the actual correct weapon you're supposed to use to fight them.
Yeah, look how quick that was.
Yeah, that was insane.
Inferno, kick 13, grenade launch, dead.
Dead, yep.
The frosts, oh my god. With Alistair, they're such a pain, but with Ifrit, easy peasy.
With Ifrit, you're Bing Shaling. So on this part, Bing Shaling, we are going to have to fight a Death Scythe, which is just great. I love fighting Death Scythes. Smile. And then we're going to be fighting Griffin 2. And Griffin 2 is going to have a very particular way we're fighting him. We're going to try to manipulate his AI to do something very specific. And I'll need to focus for that, so maybe one of you guys can explain it.
So basically, what's going to happen at the start of Griffin 2 is Waifu's going to have to take out this like kite that Griffin sends around, and that will allow Griffin to, or Griffin will then land on the ship, and Waifu's going to bait him to the back of the ship here, so then he can position himself on top of the mast, and then he's going to use devil-triggered handguns in order to just totally decimate Griffin's health. So here's the kite. And then Griffin's going to be landing here in a second. Now we're going to begin our ascent.
Yeah, so we're going to get out of the range of all of his attacks when he's landed and just annihilate him. Look at the health bar melt.
Sheesh.
So we can't do it in 1 cycle, but we can do it in 2 if we do it well. And we need to no damage this mission to special bonus, so...
He's an Angie bird.
I love how Griffin is like, oh man, half of my health bar is gone because I landed here. I think I'll do that again.
Yeah, right.
Get him next time.
He's got the spirit, dude.
Die, sir, please. I beg you. You literally, okay, thank you.
There we go.
Very nice. Boss down, dude.
Very nice.
The way that you get this next blue orb fragment is pretty cool too. Like you have to do a stinger jump, which is just where you launch yourself off the edge with a stinger onto the front of the ship, and then the blue orb fragment will appear. So it just go wee.
Yeah, wee. And then
There it is.
We got it. Nice. Do I have Vortex?
Wahoo!
No, I do not. It's okay.
But you will.
I will.
Soon enough.
Yeah, I'm going to buy it on the next mission, I think. This next mission has a first-person underwater level section. So it's safe to say we can just ignore that and just do some donations.
Yes, please.
All right, we will do some donations. We have a $25 donation from Mulgar, who says, "Hi, Cosmic, Maxi, and Waifu. Love seeing Devil May Cry 1 representation at GDQ. The DMC Speedrunners community has been doing great work. Excited to see some GAT action. Good luck with the run."
Much love, Mulgar.
We have $200
Woo! You!
from Ban Yeager, who says, "I am so excited to be able to support such an awesome event this year with the hypest host Enigma, Waifu behind the wheel, maxylobes and decosmic as the hype conductor couch. Everybody get on the bus as they take us into that 1 million. Best of luck, Waifu, on a smokin' sick, stylish run."
Thank you, thank you.
You can keep on going.
Sure thing. We have $20 from Saltylicious, who says, "Good to see you back on the GDQ stage, Waifu. Good luck on the run. Less than 3.
Thank you, thank you.
We have $25 from Aggressive T-Jaws, who says, "Let's go, Waifu. Best of luck on the run. Can I get a hype?" Hype. You ask and you shall receive. Thank you.
All right, so now we're going to enter another intermission now that mission 13 is done, and we're going to be going back into the ship and doing another secret mission. This one gives me the heebie-jeebies, man. It's this endless expanse stuff, like that you got to go and examine this dead captain's body, and there's just miles and miles of just water where you got to shoot these blades with you.
Now that you mention it, this is like the spookiest.
It's
secret.
so spooky, dude.
This is like one of the spookiest parts. Look at that.
See, look at that. Ooh.
It's like an endless
And there's like pillars everywhere. Like, where did they come from?
You know it's scary when there's a name for a specific fear of it. And I don't know what it is, but it definitely is a thing. That there's a name for this.
Yeah, I don't remember. But
like the endless open expanse of the ocean. Anyways, the thing that's really scary is that they put this in the game. Let's be real. We got to kill 8 of these blades underwater. We picked up a gun called the needle gun. You literally can only use it when underwater. Unfortunately, you can't use items underwater. Otherwise, we would definitely holy water this. It would save a ton of time. But we are going to be using holy waters in a secret mission very soon in mission 15. And mission 15 is going to be a big, super important mission in the run. It's got there's like 5 boss fights in this game that are really, really hard, and it's got the first one that's like very difficult. So up to this point, we're just getting ready for that, really. I'm gonna do another little bit of cheating. This is not the save and quick glitch that we had before, but it is a little bit of a teleport. You know, the port that you load in after you make the save is closer to where you need to go.
We also saw that back on the intermission between 7 and 8 when we completed the mission with the spiders that needed to beat each other up. Once Waifu grabbed the blue orb fragment there, he also quit out after saving and then was able to teleport right back up to where he was going to fight Phantom.
And now he has Vortex, which is the best option of movement and the fastest option of movement. It does, you know, you need Devil Trigger activated to use it, but since Waifu's going to be having a lot of Devil Trigger throughout the run, it's going to be a very, very important form of movement.
Yeah, the nice thing about doing a run like all collectibles, especially these DMD runs, is you get a lot of money because on DMD, the S ranks are actually easier to get than they are on normal. It requires 800 points to get an S rank in DMD, where it requires 1,000 in normal. So it's actually significantly easier. That's like a huge gap. And it's really nice because you definitely need the money in DMD.
Yeah, so Vortex level 2 specifically, you're able to hold down the attack button in order to continuously fly. If you just have Vortex level 1, you got to repeatedly mash. And you're just losing frames there.
Yeah.
You also saw Waifu just kind of zip past the enemies. You can actually disable lock-on while using Vortex by holding down the right trigger.
Yep. And another thing about that save it quick glitch is it's allowed to be done in every single category except for 100%, but all collectibles DMD is the only category where it actually makes an appearance. It's super cool, but it's really niche because you need to be doing secret missions. And the other category where you do secret missions, which is 100%, you're actually not allowed to do it. And that's because in 100%, you also have to S rank every mission, which you do almost consequentially in this run, but there are a couple of sections where that makes it vastly different. You'll also in 100% have to you have to buy everything in the shop, all of the blue and purple orbs and all of the weapon abilities, which means that you have to get a lot of special bonuses in order to be able to afford it. There's been a really awesome resurgence, or not really a resurgence since no one ran it before, but there's been an awesome growth of people running DMD. I started because I was inspired by this guy Slickford, who's the homie in the community. Started doing his attempts at 100% Dante Must Die, which at the time, no one had ever completed before. So since then, a couple people completed it. He completed it. This Korean runner completed it, and then I have also completed it. And let me tell you, that was definitely the hardest thing I've ever done in gaming. It was absolutely crazy, and that journey is what has inspired me to submit this run into the event, because this is the marathon safe version of that run.
Yeah, shout outs to Slickford, just absolutely one of just a world. Oh my goodness gracious.
Excuse me, this is fine.
As I was saying, shout outs to Slickford, absolutely just a top class runner and just an all around good dude. Really, really helped push a lot of the Dante Must Die stuff.
Yeah, it's basically like me, him, and all those old Japanese runs that no one's watched in a long time. that was the DMD routing, and Yang as well, and some Dan as well. And we definitely made DMD into something worth running, which is really cool to see. So we're doing a secret mission here. It's got we got to kill 3 shadows, but we're going to use holy waters this time, or well, I'm going to use a yellow orb, and then I'm going to use a holy water because I died. But yeah, we're going to use a holy water here to do this secret mission instead because it's a lot faster. And when you do the save and quit glitch, which we're going to do to teleport back to the start of the mission, it actually gets rid of the negative side effects of using items. So that yellow orb I used and these holy waters I'm about to use are not going to negatively affect my rank. So that's going to make it possible to get a special bonus, even though I used a bunch of items, which is going to be really nice for the orb route. So I just doused them a little bit. Get out the squirt gun. Bad kitty.
I don't even know if it was possible for you to dodge that attack, by the way, when it popped out.
It comes out immediately, and I was mashing, but Dante was like, nah, you're taking this L. I was like, okay, all right, fair enough, dude. And this would be an excellent time for some donations.
Mm-hmm.
We have $100 from All-in-One Mighty. Says, it's amazing to see Devil May Cry again at GDQ, which I've watched run by maxylobes many times, and now with another amazing runner of the game. The commentary is gold, the gameplay is Dantesque, and let's break the game once again and get all the collectibles. Good luck.
Got time for like 2 more.
All right, we've got a $10 donation from Mukachu, who says, big gaming moment from Waifu. PB right now, LOL. And we have $10 from Nello Angelo, who says, brother, can I have some loops? Please, brother, the loops.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Thank you.
So a big divergence that we're going to see from any percent is that usually we go down the blue shield path, and that's where we collect the lance item. However, here we're gonna have to go down both paths, kind of, but we're gonna get the lances from the red path because there is a blue orb fragment on the same platform as where the lances are, and we're gonna need the lances in order to open up the arena to the next boss, which is the final fight against Griffin.
Yeah, and so this mission has you go down 2 optional paths, and you just have to collect one of the 2 things at the end of the path. But since it's all collectibles, we gotta collect not both of them, but we gotta collect one of them and get both of the blue orb fragments on either side. If you do go all the way to the end of both of them, you can pick up another item that we need for all collectibles called Nightmare Beta. It's the last gun we're gonna be collecting. But if you skip it here, it actually shows up in Mission 19, and it's way faster to grab it there than it is here. So we're just gonna wait and grab it later. So I'm starting to smell something. It smells kind of good. It smells like fried chicken. There's a boss coming up. His name's Griffin. You might know him if you played DMC5.
I liked him more in DMC5. He was a homie in that game.
Yeah, he was cool.
Until he wasn't.
Yeah, until
That's
he wasn't.
true. Yeah. Rest in peace, little chickie.
Rest in peace, little chicken. That's what we're about to be saying after this boss fight. So, it's a boss fight. I don't know what to say, man. I'm going to try to concentrate, and maybe you guys can elaborate on what's extra going on here. I got to collect one more blue orb fragment before the boss fight starts.
Yeah, so Griffin kind of has 3 phases in this fight. The first one, he's going to be just, I think he starts on the ground. And so once he gets past a certain threshold, he's going to start flying around, or he's going to come down, and I'm confusing myself. These phasers are so complex, dude. Okay, so yeah, so now he's gonna fly up. All right, awesome.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna shoot some grenade launcher shots at him until we bring him down with a cutscene here. There he is. And now he's gonna be throwing everything at us. There's a lot of RNG on this boss, actually. This is one of the great examples of how Dante Must Die actually adds a bunch of moves to bosses, because not only does Griffin get, there's this dive here. That's not cool. That's not fun, but you get you a free Meteor 2 there. And Meteor 2 actually was, again, one of those sort of OG strats from back in the day that people would use on Griffin. But here it is, making an appearance in Dante Must Die before, it premiered in any percent normal.
Yeah, in any percent normal, 2016 status. So Meteor level 2 is really important because you can actually have it hit Griffin twice. If Griffin is kind of crouching his head down, right there, Waifu didn't get the double hit, but you can get a double hit there. The timing is a little weird, but at the start of the fight, he got 2 directly, so that you saw his health bar go down quite a bit at the very start of the fight, and that's because he got 2 double hits in a row, which started that second phase really quickly.
Yeah, his health bar is a little deceiving, though. The 2 double hits at the beginning do way more damage than the double hits in the middle and the end.
Yeah, that's true. Once he gets his wing cut off.
Yeah, he gets way tankier when he's hurt. I don't know how that works, but...
The adrenaline.
So this is a fun little thing. On the PC version, when he falls over, he's invincible. But in PS2, he's actually supposed to open up his chest and have a weak point there. So it's actually like, wow, you did so much damage. You knocked over the boss. Like, here's extra damage. But in the PC version, it's like, here's some time loss. Overall, it is a very good port, but there are a couple things like that that are just kind of funny. Like,
there's also like no visual effects on some of Phantom's attacks. So like sometimes he'll just like hit you with a slam attack, and you just look like you get hit by air.
Yep,
looks really funny. This guy has a lot of health, man.
Yeah, this is not particularly bad or good RNG, but if I don't die, then I guess it's good RNG, right?
That's true. And
buy a little
down.
chicken.
There we go.
Thank you. That was one of the bosses I was worried about. That's like the first of the really hard bosses.
Also, there's Trish randomly. I think that's the only time she actually shows up in this run.
Yep. No, she'll be here later.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of. She's in the background. She's like photobombing. The next mission has the first, like probably the hardest boss fight in the game. It's a toss-up between this one and the one after that, basically. We're going to be fighting Nightmare, and it's a nightmare. But until we get there, we have one secret mission to do and then a lot of running. So it's actually a perfect time for a few donations.
All right, we have $10 from Twisted Solus, who says, I love the Sunshine and Banjo-Tooie runs, and I am excited to see the Devil May Cry one. Also, let me see the turnip in a fedora. That is a reference to one of our bid wars for the hat on the upcoming run. And let's see here, we have $10 from A. Dunhill, who says, shout out to Waifu for running one of my favorite games, Devil May Cry. Good luck.
Thank you.
We have a reference from earlier. We have $100 from a tall shade of the color red who said, Spooters, you weren't kidding. It is just like Doom Eternal 100%. We have $30 from Calvin, who says, watched many a GDQ, but only recently have been able to donate. It's been a tradition to tune in, but it's time to set a new tradition to donate. Good luck making them devils cry.
All right, so now we're back in the castle, and it's a lot spookier than it was before. There's a lot more shadows in the wall. Also, I love how Dante's shadow has no jacket on it, if you'll notice.
Hey, look, man, this game came out in 2001. All right, that was like before I was born.
That's a Kamiya moment.
That's true. So we're gonna grab this little light here, and then we're gonna start heading to the boss. After we do like a Tekken juggle to this guy, if he'll cooperate.
He just kept rolling?
Doing Tekken
He was
rolls.
like a Limp Bizkit song, but he was stuck in repeat.
Rolling.
Yeah. Yeah, so this section has a lot of collectibles. There's actually 2 secret missions on this mission, and a couple of blue orb fragments. And it also has another random enemy hallway. This next hallway is going to be random. It's either fetishes or it is a shadow. We're hoping for fetishes. And the game heard me, I think. Actually, it might be fetishes. Maybe a late hallway.
Nope.
Yep, it's shadow. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Classic. I should just not mention what I want to have happen.
There's so many kitties in this category.
Dude, there are a lot of cats in this category. If you're a cat person, this is the Devil May Cry speedrun for you.
Yep.
Please, sir.
Hey, Loner, can you figure out how to despawn these ones?
Right.
Yeah, he spawned this one, dude. Is he red?
I can't
Did I
even
get
tell.
trolled? I can't tell either. Ah, I did get trolled. I did, yeah, he's not even, yeah. RNG health, by the way. Really good. Sir, can we go towards the door at least? Yeah,
Nice,
1
there you
HP,
go.
nice. Just to poke him.
Nice.
Taunt for some DT. Oh, I'm gonna have to use it now. Give me some health, bro.
Very nice.
Nice, he did give you health.
Ah, I need DT. Thank you, sir. That's why we want fetishes. It goes way smoother than that, I swear.
Yeah. Way smoother.
That's okay.
All right, so moving on into Nightmare. So this looks quite a bit different from any percent normal. Normally we would just kind of do a one cycle. It involves like 5 Ifrit hits and then a Holy Water. But here we're gonna actually have to juggle Nightmare's cores. So essentially, if you do a certain amount of damage, or a certain amount of hits rather, to the 2 cores that Nightmare has, they can break and they'll turn different shades. They'll go from blue to green to red. And so Waifu's going to use the grenade launcher into the Elastor Stingers in order to do a bunch of damage to this top core and just try and not do too many hits to it. He's got to do a lot of damage here, but not a lot of hits. And then the back core here, he's going to use Ifrit. And the reason that he uses the grenade launcher in tandem with Elastor, you might be thinking that's a lot of hits. That looks like a lot of hits. And the reason that he uses the grenade launcher here is because the grenade launcher doesn't actually count for some reason as a hit against the cores. So that just allows you to get in free damage pretty much. We're gonna go back to the top core here, loop this up.
That's fine.
And we also have to keep the lights on in this fight too. Nightmare cannot enter the state that he's currently in unless the lights are on. So in addition to like managing all the damage that you have to do on the on 2 different cores, you also have to manage the lights by hitting those light wheels in the room. And you also see Waifu using a move there called Rolling Blaze, which basically turns your jumps in Devil Trigger with Ifrit into attacks, or you have a hitbox on them. And there's a giant like tentacle that comes out and you can just parry it. And, yeah.
That was a really, really good.
That was really good. Yeah, awesome job.
Very nice.
You beat it too fast. I couldn't even finish.
Yeah, so that boss is really scary. He has those cores, like Cosmic said, and the really important thing about that boss fight is the cores actually transition across all 3 times you fight the boss.
Yep.
So I broke the top core there from blue to green, and when I go to fight him in a couple of missions, the top core will start green. And that's important because those cores take less and less damage the more you break them. So we need to make sure we do the optimal damage and the optimal amount of hits for every fight. Otherwise, at the end, it could be really bad. But we did it perfect there. So all of the cores were good and we didn't lose any cycles or anything like that. So it should be good once we get to mission 18 for the next boss fight. And now we're doing a secret mission where, lo and behold, we have to kill more shadows. More demon kitties.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's a pretty good time for some donations.
Yeah, this is a great time for some donations.
We have $10 from Devil Never Cry, who says, even a devil may cry seeing this beautiful run in action. Much love from the UK. We have $25 from Zyko, who says, 900K hype train, let's go!
That's awesome. How close are we to that?
We are a little less than $11,000 away from 900K.
Nice.
So come on, we're right there. But thank you, everybody who has donated. We have $50 from Shish, who says, thank you, everybody. Less than 3. Thank you, Shish. We have $5 from Meow, who says, I read $5 train? I think you did. We have $100 from Raider Monkey, who says, I'm doing my part. Let's go, chat.
Probably fit in like 1 or 2 more.
All right. Well, I've got one here. We're hearing from a tall shade of the color red again with a $500 donation.
Yo.
Very nice.
And they keep it short and sweet and just say, morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, so we beat the secret mission. We've only got a couple left. They're kind of mid-loaded in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so there is one right at the start of the next mission, which we're going to try to save some Devil Trigger for. We're actually going to buy a purple orb. That's really important because when you buy purple orbs in this game, it refills your DT all the way back to the top. So we could just dump all our DT at the end of this mission and then buy a purple orb at the start of the next, and we'll be full up for the next one. And that's really important. So we need to be able to vortex, which is what we're doing right here, across this bridge. Because if you fall into the water there, you get an extra combat room. It's really slow. You know, It's not a good time. And the secret mission is going to have us go across that twice. So we're going to be buying this purple orb here. And this is also mission 17, which is going to be our last mission where we are fighting Nello. It's going to be the final battle with Nello Angelo, the final battle with trying to force feed him his Fruit Loops. You know, mom's coming home. Got to get him his dinner. But in the meantime, we're spinning. Got any GDQ spins in the chat?
Spins.
So basically what Waifu has to do for this secret mission is he has to kill, I think you have to kill the
Nope, you just have to get the blue orb fragment.
Nope.
Your life is a lie. You don't have to.
Okay, well, I just don't know anything about this game.
It's okay, man.
I'm a fraud, dude.
It's okay.
Just gotta collect the blue orb fragment when we're out of there.
Yep, then we're out of there. That's the secret mission. Easy peasy. And we're gonna try to get well, ideally we try to get a special bonus in this mission. It's not super necessary, it would be nice, just a little comfort orbs. And that does require getting almost no damage, so that would be nice.
Gonna do kind of an old boy strat on these frosts here.
Oh yeah.
With the, he's gonna use Meteor 2. He's gonna line the 2 frosts up, and he's gonna hit them both with 1 meteor.
Yep.
It's actually super cool.
A little collateral.
How that evolved.
The little quick scope.
Can he avoid this cutscene? Oh, never mind. Nope. So that attack right there that the frost just did, you have like 7 frames to get out of the way or something.
Which is less than human reaction time, I'm pretty sure. Something like that. Thanks, Camilla.
And then down go the frosts.
And another RNG room here where it's either fetishes or nobodies. Wow, saying that out loud. We want nobodies because it's faster. So I'm going to get fetishes because that's how this run is going. Hey, at least no deaths that actually matter so far.
And funny enough, on the PS2 version of this game, you don't actually have to complete this fight for whatever reason. I think it's JP PS2, yeah. So the Japanese PS2 version, this mission specifically, like, if we were playing on Japanese PS2, Waifu would be able to just go and collect the blue orb fragment in this room, leave without doing this whole little deflection thing that's going to go on with this thing that's very obviously a dragon, and then he would just be able to go straight to the boss.
It's a dinosaur.
It's a dragon.
It's a dinosaur, I'm pretty sure.
The game says it's a dragon. I believe the game.
The game also says that it's Nello Angelo.
That's fair.
And it's Nero Angelo, for those who don't know.
True.
Translation error. It's Italian for Black Knight, and it's supposed to be, spoilers, Nello is Nero's dad from 4 and 5. It's Virgil. After DMC 3, he's like, even though I just spent all this time fighting my brother, I think it's time to go take on the king of the underworld. And so he promptly gets spanked and put under mind control, and that is where he is in this game. And we're gonna go fight him, feed him some Fruit Loops, and put him down. But yeah, his name's supposed to be Nero, and hence his kid's name, Nero.
Indeed.
Just gotta head over to the boss fights, and then we're gonna do one last set of Fruit Loops. It's the same exact set of Fruit Loops we did before, except for this time it's a lot scarier because the geometry of the arena isn't the most ideal. And he can walk out of the loop if you push him too far into a wall.
Yeah, this version of Nello especially, like if you don't get the loop correct, it's definitely the scariest.
Oh, nice.
That was a lot of damage.
Yeah, and that's why it's scary.
Yeah.
We don't want him to meteor while I'm on the stairs. I also don't want him to hit me with his sword. This is fine, but I don't have DT. Sir, please don't kill me. I'm your brother. He might be thinking the same thing, though.
Oh boy, what is he? Oh,
dude, he is... He's taking a tour. I don't want to fight him in there because it's terrible. He keeps going up to do this by the... Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well,
right, so we're going to get a redraft.
We get a nice fresh start, okay?
That's nice.
If you're wondering why Waifu doesn't want to fight him on the stairs, it's because, Waifu needs to jump out of the way of that Hadoken attack, but the Hadoken attack will hit his ankle because he's like just a tiniest bit higher than Dante, so he doesn't have a chance to execute that strategy.
Yeah, we want to try to steer him over towards the window if possible. Let's give him the slightest nudge, you know. I have full health, so I'm just gonna let him hit me if he hits me. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
As long as we get him into the setup,
it's a damage boost, dude.
We don't want to push him into the window because that'll happen.
Yep.
Yeah, can you go on the left side, please, sir? Yeah, if you push him too far into certain spots of the collision, the game goes, oh, he's out of bounds, and then tries to walk him back in bounds. And so that breaks the loop.
It looks good.
Yeah, this is a good start.
Gotta love this soundtrack too, man.
Yeah, this song slaps.
Certified bop.
That should finish him off. Very nice. Good recovery.
Oh,
awesome job.
Thank you, thank you. So with Nello dead, we get the second half of the amulet, and now we have the Sparta sword, this epic, awesome sword that our dad used.
Seal the Lord of the Underworld.
Yeah, I don't really have a good relationship with my dad, so I'm gonna switch swords. It's not a very good sword. It doesn't let you use Devil Trigger. So most of the strats and the cool stuff we've been doing so far use Devil Trigger. So not being able to use that, not very good. So we're just gonna put it away until the end of the game and make our way into, well, I think this is the hardest fight of the game. The last two were really difficult, but this one, it also relies on you having a good first nightmare fight because you have to have the setup correct. And that just makes it a lot more difficult. We did get the perfect setup, so that's really good. So we're just gonna need to temper at that damage, and ideally, we're gonna start this fight with a green top core and a blue back core. And if we do it right, we should end with a green top core and a green back core. If we end up with a red core, that's gonna be really unfortunate for the final fight with Nightmare later on in the run.
Yeah, the amount of damage, like damage resistance that Nightmare gets from having a red core is just really, really strong.
Yeah, and so one of the things that we didn't mention is you can actually get eaten by Nightmare. When he's in his goop form, you can let him suck you up, and then you have to fight a couple of skulls and then a boss that you've already fought previously. For the first Nightmare fight, you fight Phantom, and the second Nightmare fight, you fight Griffin, and the third Nightmare fight, you fight Nello. Nello and Phantom are pretty easy and fast, but fighting Griffin is really slow. Diving loses about a minute on each fight over just doing the optimal strategy. But what it does do is diving also resets the amount of hits taken on the core for that fight. So if let's say I hit the core on the top that's green like 10 times, and I can only hit it 11 times, if I dive, when I come back out, I can hit it 11 more times before it'll break. But we're hopefully gonna not have to do that because that would be very slow.
All right, so here we go. We'll start off, the lights are already on. He's gonna go for the top core here.
That's good. Okay, good first cycle.
And so again here, this is what I was talking about last fight, where there's gonna be a sort of like a spike attack that comes out, and you're gonna have to deflect it using Rolling Blaze. And then that allows that back core there to stay out, because Nightmare will just operate on sort of like a rotation of attacks, and that spike attack is every second attack that he does pretty much when a core comes out.
That missed hit there is unfortunate, but we'll deal with it. So that just broke the back core to green, which is fine. But we're gonna force the back core again here, and hopefully we'll kill with this. If we don't, then it's gonna be a little scary. Okay, that's a little bit unfortunate, but I think it should be okay.
Yeah, you should be able to just do like grenade launch. Should look good. Yeah, very nice. Good job.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
So I think it should be fine. We actually won't be able to tell if I did it right until the third time we fight him.
Yeah.
If I did it wrong, then when we start the fight, the top core will be red, and that's bad. But if we did it correctly, or if we did it wrong, the top core will be red. If we did it right, the top core will be green. I think that we should be fine there. I only did one extra hit, and I didn't grief too much, so it should be fine. Not a big deal. I'm just glad we didn't die.
Same, yeah.
And this should be the last untouchable that we're going to actually pick up. It's going to be right overhead of the bed in this next room.
Yeah, wow, I just realized we're on mission 19.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
we're flying.
We're going through it, dude. We're
You
getting
zooming.
there. Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to Maxi, actually, because back when I first started speedrunning, all I ran was Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights, which that was not a game I ran for very long. And then I started running Resident Evil 4, and I wanted to branch out into other speed games, and I was like, man, you know, Devil May Cry is one of the first games I ever played. That seems like it'd be cool. I wonder if anyone speedrun it. And the answer was basically no, except for a couple of people and Maxi. And he had done a run of this game at a GDQ event in like 2016, 2017? 2017. And that was the run that got me inspired to learn a bunch of different games and led me to meeting him, and we're good friends now. So it was really, really cool to come back all these years later with it so much more optimized than it was, and running a category that probably you never would have thought anyone would be running at an event like this at that time.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that without Maxi's 2017 run at AGDQ of DMC1, neither Waifu or I would be standing here right now. So thank you, Maxi, for that.
It was really awesome.
You're gonna make me cry. I'm not a devil either. Thank you.
Of course, thank you, dude. And this would be a great time for Simulations.
Just want to jump in real quick and say I was on the couch for that run at AGDQ 2017. It was quite a moment as well. So thank you again, Maxi, for creating all of this for us as well. We have $100 from Icy Rain, who says, shout out to Enigma. This is to pay for my freeloader points. Icy, you know, Icy. Thank you, Icy. We have here, let me get one right here. We have $25 from Hypest Ivysaur, who says, another day of watching video games and I love it. Always enjoy watching great streamers for a good cause. We have $25 from Anonymous, who says, good luck to all runners, amazing event, and always enjoy watching. Praise the sun. We have $50 from Ray, who says, keep up the great work, everybody.
So now we're going to be heading into the underworld for the final showdown with Nightmare. And this, I think, is, I mean, personally, I think that this is like the scariest fight in the run, to be honest.
It's pretty scary. So I'm going to just go full focus mode.
Sounds good. And ideally, like Waifu said, we're going to see 2 green cores here and not like 1 red core on the back there.
We'll find out
because then he would have to probably do a dive in order to stay safe. So here we go.
Green, nice.
Very cool.
What are you taunting, Dante?
Two green cores.
Yep.
Very good. Ouch. That was really close.
So I'm terrified. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
2 holy waters though, and the boss is headphones warning.
Oh my gosh.
Boss down,
round of
very
applause
nice.
for that.
Yeah.
That last part was scary, but like there's so many things that can go wrong during that fight, so all things considered, that went really well.
Yeah, that was really scary, but that fight went super, super solid. Shout outs to all the old Japanese runners that had that strat not hidden away. It was in their run videos that no one watched for a really long time. And that strat is huge, saves many, many minutes. We were doing just like some weird YOLO stuff that was slow. And so we went back and checked the old world records that people hadn't watched in forever and realized, oh wow, wait a second, they're like actually really good.
And that blue orb that Waifu just picked up is the last blue orb that we're going to be picking up in the whole run.
Yep, and this is the final secret mission. We're going to collect the Bangle of Time. I didn't even know this existed until I started running this category. Basically,
really cool
it's like Quicksilver in DMC3. It slows down time. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to use it at all in the run, but we're going to do a really cool trick that my homie on the couch, Cosmic, found. Did you find this variant of it, or just the
not
other
this one? No.
Not this one. A very, very cool trick that you can do with Vortex with the auto lock-on override, where we're going to lock on to an enemy that's above us and activate Vortex, and then manually override the lock-on once we start flying. And that is going to cause us to be able to shoot way up into the sky.
Hey, look, it's another dragon.
Skip all the platforming. Dinosaur. And collect the Bangle of Time. We're going to do that one more time in this level in order to skip some more platforming near the end of it. But for now, we're just going to go in here, and we got to break a switch that unlocks a door. And it's supposed to go all the way to the other side of the room, but you can just line up a sick angle shot to get it from across and open that door into the next area, where I'm going to be doing basically what I did in the secret mission, just vortex into the end and killing a bunch of nobodies. And then at the end of the hallway, we're going to do that Cosmo climb, which if you have GQ spins in the chat, this is a great time for that, and also a great time for donations.
All right, we have, stay with me here. We have $50 from Cat Person, who says, I asked my cat how much I should donate, and he led me to the snack cupboard. So I'm donating his snack allowance.
Oh no, the snacks.
We have $25 from Wolf, who says, I didn't sleep well last night, but I know all of this hype will wake me up good today. Loving the runs and keep saving those frames. $50 from Not Ideal Gaming, who says, always so much fun watching SGDQ and such a great cause. Good luck to all the runners. We have $100 from Anonymous, who says, just thanks to GDQ.
All right, so here, after this nobody right here, is going to be the Cosmo Climb. We used to do a bunch of platforming in this room, and instead, now what we're going to do is the plasmas, the electric bats that are kind of flying around. Waifu's going to aim up at them, and he's going to activate Vortex, and then use that lock-on override to go straight to the top of the room. And woo, there it is.
Really good one, too.
That was clean.
It's like perfect.
Very nice. Good job.
Get to the door, too. Yeah. There you go. That was beautiful.
All right, so we're heading into the big bad Mundus. He's the big boss enemy of this game, and we're going to be fighting 2 phases of him here, Mundus 1 and Mundus 2. And Mundus 1, the director of this game, Kamiya, he really likes Harrier shoot 'em up sections, like a lot.
Yeah, we've been joking about like Kamiya moments, but this is the actual Kamiya moment.
And in order to pay him back, we're going to use an auto hockey script to mash as hard as you can, because it turns out you can actually shoot as fast as the game can register inputs in this section, and that just incentivizes runners to annihilate their hands button mashing here. So I honestly, this is probably the intended experience. I think that if you're playing this game at home, You should probably do this. At least use a turbo controller. Like, save your poor hands. This is a nightmare. But it absolutely decimates him, just like he's absolutely decimating me with these rocks. His attacks are completely RNG, and I'm getting really bad RNG right now, so.
There we go.
Okay, so we didn't get a 1 cycle. If you get good RNG and you line up your shots correctly, you can kill him there. But that's fine. We just get a nice little 2 cycle here.
I love how that stream of it just looks like a whole like river of red runes coming out of Dante.
That's like a laser beam. It shoots so fast. This is what we want. This is the good attacks. Easy to dodge. And goodbye, Mundus 1, which is nice. We get a little checkpoint. And we're going to head into Mundus 2. This lava here does damage to you, but it can't kill you. So you can just jump in it and just wail away. We use our untouchables here to hopefully not die. It would be very, very bad if I died after using these items, so I don't even know why I said that, but you know. It's a really good time to run out of DT, actually.
Absolutely.
So in 100%, you have to do this without using items.
Oh, wait a second. Legendary cutscene?
Yeah. Did we meet the legendary
that
cutscene?
incentive?
Oh, yeah.
We did meet the incentive.
Okay, excellent.
Oh, awesome.
We sure did.
Yeah, just don't skip it.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness, dude.
Oh, God.
The only thing I'm skipping is a heartbeat. That was scary. That was really scary. Okay, don't skip the cutscene, streamer. Like, skip that one.
Yeah,
don't
that one's
skip
fine.
this one.
We're good
yeah.
now. Get the Bible thumbs out, Jet.
You all donated for this.
My mother risked her life for me, and now you too. I should have saved you. I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light.
The lip quiver.
It's so good. It's so good. Even the devil may cry when he loses a loved one.
What I want to know, though, is how she has an amulet still on her, but that's supposed to be absorbed into the Sparta sword?
This was my
This is devil may cry, sir. don't look too far into it.
Yeah, and like the other thing to point out is that he
Leaves the legendary sword with her?
he kind of needs that.
Yeah, right, though. Like,
here now. Rest in peace.
It's a nice gesture, though.
yeah, it's true.
Well, that was that. Thank you for donating for that. Stole that idea right from Maxie's run. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no. Free real estate.
Free real estate. All right, so speaking of free real estate, there's about to be a bunch of free real estate on this island because it is about to explode. This is a Capcom game. You know what that means?
You've had way too much time.
Yeah, that means you have like 10 years to get off this island before it explodes. So that's what we're doing. We're getting out of here. We're blowing this popsicle stand.
Yeah. Mundus actually got the whole self-destruction layout plan from Wesker.
Yeah. Did you know this game was supposed to be RE4?
What?
Yeah.
Whoa. Did we talk about this?
We did.
I don't think we did. I don't think.
No, wait, no.
I don't think anyone knows that.
I never had any idea. I had to jump in. My goodness.
So we're just heading to the end. We got like one more enemy to kill, and then we got the final true boss.
A giant can of SpaghettiOs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The forgotten spaghetti turns into a mutant creature.
Yeah, for real.
SpaghettiOs, the Lost Island.
Yep.
Welcome.
One more Shadow Cats. One more opportunity for it to have unlimited HP and just completely troll me. Nope, got the crit.
Hey,
Goodbye.
nice.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Now, I just want to say it's been a total blast. Thank you, GDQ, for having me. I actually have 3 runs this event, which is insane. I hope that I lived up to the expectations of them. And it's really, really an honor to come back, especially for the in-person event. I've done some runs before, but never an in-person main event. And to be able to do Devil May Cry with the people I'm doing it with is a huge honor. It's super, super cool, and I really appreciate it. I actually been on a big DMC1 grind lately. I got the 100% all collectibles and any percent world records for Dante Must Die. Dan, I'm coming for you. Gonna take that low percent record from you when I get back. And it's just been a super fun time. And if you want to see me go get that low percent record, 1 second. I can't skip this
True, yeah.
real fast. Hold on.
It looks like we have a winner.
Jackpot.
Yeah. Anyways, if you want to watch me get that record, you could go follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/waifu. I'm also on YouTube. I have my WaifuRuns TV channel where I do some challenge runs and stuff like that on YouTube, and then my main channel, WaifuRuns, which you may have seen before, do video essays. I do speedruns of all sorts of games. Later in the event, I'll be doing Left 4 Dead 2 with some of my friends on some co-op runs. I do Left 4 Dead 2, Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, all that stuff. I did Halo Infinite earlier. Check that out if you haven't. And yeah, I just really appreciate you guys having me. And if you guys have anything to say, now's the time. We're at the end.
I got one thing to say. Time.
Perfect. That's time.
If you liked what you saw here and you want to run this game, join the Discord. There's always tons of players that are active, always ready to help people. There's a tutorial for any percent normal as well. Be sure to check that out. Shout outs to all of the Devil May Cry community. Always kicking it, always rocking.
Yeah, I love those guys. You're the best. Thanks for watching, everybody. And have a good one.
Yep, that's it.
One more round of applause. That's right, for Waifu, an amazing run of Devil May Cry. That was Dante Must Die, all collectibles. Absolutely fantastic. We had one more donation come in that I really wanted to read here. We had $100 from Robin that said, watching live from Ukraine. MSF is doing great work in both Ukraine and in neighboring countries, hosting refugees. Waifu, this run is wild. The Devil May Cry franchise is one of my favorites. Thanks to everyone at GDQ with all these awesome runs. And with that, that is going to conclude my time here on the host desk. Just for this time, you'll hear me later this week. I'll be passing it off to my wonderful fellow host, Prolix, and we're going to be right back in just a few moments.
All right, let's do this. SGDQ 2022, make some noise! Welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2022. My name is Prolix. I'll be hosting for you. Thank you so much for sticking with us through that break. I've got a lot more to say to you, but first, I would like to send you over to the interview desk and take it away.
And welcome back, everyone, to SGDQ 2022. I am spikevegeta, and I am joined now by 4 amazing runners that make very bad decisions with what games they play. That's right, because we are setting up for the one, the only, the silly block here at SGDQ. Got an addendum on awful block as well, playing some really goofy, silly, funny games. And my first question for all of you is just going to be, we're going to be going down the row. I'm joined by Shockwve, Sharif, Ghoul, and GhostKumo to talk about, we're going to be talking about Deer Simulator, and that's with like 7 E's.
No, there's 4 in the title.
There's
4 in the title.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It does have a stop to it.
Okay, there's a cap to how deer it is. Sheriff's going to be running Thunder in Paradise starring Hulk Hogan.
That is true.
And we got Ghoul and GhostKumo on the end. Jimmy Johnson's Anything with an Engine. Everyone at home is like, what are these things? What's happening? So let's start right here, Shockwve. Tell me a little bit about Deer. So I didn't say deer.
Deer Simulator. So Deer Simulator is a multi-genre game. It's kind of one of those like random Unity games that you find, but this one's like actually pretty well done. It's a combination of mayhem destruction, Grand Theft Auto, rock, paper, scissors, and a third-person battle royale. Sure. We'll go with those. The last one's probably stretching it a little bit, but those are in there to some capacity.
And as a second part to this question for each of you, kind of explain what the game is, how did you find this game, Shockwve?
So actually, at the last online event, AGDQ 2022, I was working on site for the event, and we're just kind of shoved in a hotel room when we're not working on shifts.
Sure.
So we're just on the computer, kind of just hanging out, and I was just scrolling through YouTube, and a video just came up of like Deer Simulator speedrun. I was like, "What is this?" I watched it, and I was like, "What? Oh, sure." So then I bought it, and then I just kept playing it, and I was just jaw dropped to the floor, like, "What is?" I'm having fun, but what is this game? And then I just learned it because the speedrun was like 20 minutes or something. So I was like, yeah, sure. All right. I learned it.
I'll have you know, Ghoul and Ghost King and I, we always do like little prediction shows predicting what games are going to get into the marathon. 4 seconds into Deer Simulator, we were like, locked. Put it in. This is the anchor of the whole schedule. Sheriff, now let's go down to you. Again, talk a little bit about Thunder in Paradise, the interactive movie.
Okay. So Thunder in Paradise was a TV show in the 90s set in the Baywatch extended universe starring Hulk Hogan and Chris Lemmon, son of famed actor Jack Lemmon.
Oh.
All the pedigree, none of the talent. And so this was an interactive, it's an FMV on rails light gun shooter. And you basically play through an entire episode of Thunder in Paradise that they actually shot specifically for the CDI and then aired also uninterrupted as well. So yeah, it's not very good.
It's not good. How did you find it? What kind of inspired you to run it?
So I kind of have a reputation now.
Sure. I've looked at your resume. We got a lot of Barbie on there.
Yeah, a lot of Barbie, a lot of less than, like, I've never had a run outside of Awful Block. So one of my friends, Corn Dan, he is one of the admins of Cusa Grande, which is the Bad Games like blind running tournament. And he's like, I got like a text message from him one day, and he's like, "You have a CDI, right? That works?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You need to play this game for me on stream like soon." So I found it. It's like $20 on eBay. So I'm like, "All right, I'll grab it." And then I played it on his show with Rosencha called "Don't Make Us Bored." And it was none of us had seen the game before, so we all going in completely for the first time, and it was just so good. It was so magical. We were just confused. I game overed. I had no idea I game overed. It was a lot of fun. And so I'm like, I'm gonna try to beat this game and see if it's runnable. It's not, but I'm still here.
That is not a requirement to be a part of Silly/Awful Block whatsoever. I do want to say to the games committee, please God, keep bringing back CDI games. They're always gems in the marathon. And let's go down to both Ghoul and GhostKumo. You guys can kind of answer this in any order you want, but yeah, same sort of question. What the heck is this game? How did y'all find it? Because I know you found it as a group.
Let's start with how we found it.
Okay.
So, back in 2021, Sony announced that they were going to discontinue the PSN store for the PlayStation 3 and Vita. And Ghoul over here was actually streaming, just looking at this PSN store for games that he'd potentially want to buy before it closes down so that, we can have these, for good. And while scrolling through, he comes across a game called Jimmy Johnson's Anything with an Engine. And the title alone is silly. The cover of this game is kind of goofy, but not too revealing. But there's like a little trailer that's attached with these games. And the first thing, I'm watching the stream at this point, the first thing we both see is a guy driving a dumpster. You heard that right.
No, not a dump truck, a dumpster.
Dumpster.
Like with garbage.
Like with garbage.
Like a little mini dumpster.
All right.
And
We're in good hands.
and I see this, and I immediately say to Ghoul, we need to blind race this game.
Yeah.
And so, of course, like as is typical for a lot of awful block and silly block things, we blind race it. Unfortunately, the game has really long like campaign modes and medals, but it does have one mode for 4 of its tracks, which is what we will be racing. So, Ghoul, you want to get into Matador mode?
Yeah, so you know that like classic joke that NASCAR is really boring, but if they put half the tracks going the wrong way, it would be a lot more exciting. We took that and we applied Mario Kart logic to it. So not only is it the classic Mario Kart, all that stuff, half the tracks you're going the wrong way, and you're just gonna twice every lap you're gonna just collide with 4 people every time because it is absolutely wild.
It is the main reason, actually, for a race setting, we're running on the lowest difficulty, because on the higher difficulties, the game gets really hard to control when twice per lap, there are just 4 dudes coming full speed at you. So it kind of normalizes things just a bit, but we're still expecting at least a couple of pileups.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot of collisions. You just can't avoid them.
I am so excited for this entire silly block to come out. Again, these are just 3 representatives, a bunch of others on the schedule. Make sure you all check it out. I want to get out of here with each of you rapid fire on just what you think makes the perfect inclusion to a silly / awful block. Like, what is it that you see that and you say that needs to be in the marathon?
For a perfect silly game, it's just a perfect amount of illogical, logical stuff.
Beautiful.
It makes sense, but it doesn't.
Love it. Sheriff?
There's like a fine line between like good, like janky games and bad janky games. So the bad games and fun games, there's an overlap, and you got to find that overlap. Basically, it's got to be fun to watch.
You got to find the room of this has got to be funny to watch this.
It doesn't have to be fun for the runner, but it does have to be for the audience.
It never is for the runner. Ghoul.
There's got to be that like 2-second where you boot up the game or you watch a stream of it and you go, oh my God, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. If it has that quality, it's a good candidate for silly block.
Finally, GhostKumo. I said GhostKumo.
You called me 4 different names.
I did.
It's
You
okay.
changed your name. I still want to call you Ghost King. I'm sorry.
And that's fine. I don't care if people call me that. But
Mr. Kumo, tell me what you think makes the perfect silly block.
That's 5. Anyways, the perfect silly block game. I'm kind of in agreement with Ghoul, and just something that as soon as you see it, you immediately ask yourself 2 questions. What is this, and why is this so good? And also, just for me personally, I love seeing the kind of thing that just like silly block and awful block runners just have this kind of energy of like they tend to love what they do no matter how bad it is. And so just I especially think that like it's big to just have a game where you just appreciate its jankiness or its awfulness.
We have a thing. I'll end it off on this. We always are like, okay, who should we do interviews with at every single marathon? Like, kind of looking through, like, oh, this person, they're a little more talkative. Be good to have them for an interview. When we get to silly block, we're like, listen, if they're running these games, they have got a sense of humor. With that, everyone, thank you so much for watching the interview. We have got Silly Block coming up right after this with Deer Simulator, Thunder in Paradise, Jimmy Johnson's Anything with an Engine, and much more coming your way. We're going to kick it back up to the front for even more Summer Games Done Quick 2022. Have a laugh, everyone.